Hello everybody, my name is Ariana and today I am going to be showing you how to make French omelets. Now I will show you my ingredients. We have our salt in here, kind of hard to see. We have our 2 bowls. We have our milk. We have our 2 eggs. And we have our butter. Oh, and also we have our fork and our knife and our spatula. And now I will be showing you how to break these eggs and mix them. So first we're going to start with one. What you're going to do is you are going to do this. And that was a little bit messy, but we're still doing it. So now we're going to crack the second egg. And remember to make these light cracks so you don't end up like that egg. So now our hands have egg yolk on them, so we're going to have to wash our hands. Okay, so now we are back and we are going to add our milk to our eggs. Very lightly. Our pinches of salt to our eggs. And now we are going to mix them. So first we're going to fork in each egg and then just mix them like this. And as you look close, and as you wait longer, you can see that it is making like a light yellow. And that's a good sign. The light yellow means that you have a nice fluffy, nice omelet. And now we are going to preheat our pan. So we are going to turn it on, and the range will be about like in the middle of low and medium heat. We're going to take our knife. We're going to cut this butter right here. As you can see, we're going to put our butter onto the pan. And then we're going to just sauce it around, make sure this whole pan gets covered with butter. Well, the whole bottom of the pan, not like the outsides or anything. You don't want to have that much of a messy pan. So we're just going to keep just shimmying this around. Da-dee-da-da. And by then you will see the yellow butter just spreading on here. You can also use margarine if you don't have butter, or whatever you have that's buttery stuff, vegan butter, stuff like that. And so now we see that our butter is all the way fully melted. So now we are going to add our egg mixture in. Be careful not to spill it around on the sides, or else you might have a messy pan or messy bowl, or messy or it might get messy under here too. So we have it right here, and now we are going to take our fork with raw egg on it, and we are just going to make tiny little circles. And now that we have our whole egg in, we're going to turn it up to about medium. So now you're going to go make tiny little circles in it, just normal, and you can see this starting to kind of harden. And with these omelets, you can't really smell the omelets, so you have to be very careful about their heat level and their texture. So now you see the outlining. Do you see this? It's like the outlining. It has little mini bubbles of heat and stuff. So now we are going to take our egg and just fork around to make sure to make sure it's kind of sticking to the pan again. And do you see this? This is a good sign. So now you're starting to smell it. So now we're going to just like go around, and now you see that these are bubbles. So you're going to turn it down to low, all the way to low, and we are going to take our spatula here and start flipping it over. So we got that, we got this, and flip it from this other side so it works better. So we are going to flip it right from the middle onto this side. And you see, now we have our omelet, our French omelet. And now we are going to put this to the side. We are going to turn off our heat and wait for this to cool a little bit down. Now for the hard part. We're going to have to take this and put it onto our plate. So do you see this? You see this? This is called perfection. Here is how to make a French omelet, and I encourage you all to make this at home because it is a very good recipe.
Hi, my name is Ida, and today we're going to be making frosting, and then after we make it, I can show you how to decorate some cupcakes with it. So the first ingredient that we're going to need is 1 cup of unsalted room temperature butter. Next, we're going to need 4 cups of sifted powdered sugar. The next, 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream, and then 1/8 a teaspoon of salt, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And we will be dyeing it, but this is optional, but we will be dyeing the frosting. So next, we're going to beat some butter, the 1 cup of room temperature unsalted butter, in a big bowl until creamy for about 1 minute. Next, we're going to add in the powdered sugar until it's all combined. So our next step, we just added all the powdered sugar, spoonful by spoonful, and now we're going to whip it at high speed for 2 to 3 minutes or until light and fluffy. So we're not going to use all the whipping cream because I'm going to be piping it onto the cupcakes. And the more whipping cream we add, the more thinner it will be, so we want it thick enough to be able to pipe. So with our salt, we're just going to add a tiny little bit in our hand. Gonna salt. Oh, the vanilla. Okay. So those are exactly 2. Okay. Just gonna add 2 teaspoons. Oh, that's exactly 2 spoons. And then next, we're going to add the heavy whipping cream. So this is what it looks like. It's very light and fluffy. It's very thick as well. So if you want, you can it's totally fine to continue to just frost the cupcakes, but we're gonna be a little extra fancy today, and then we're gonna put them into 4 different bowls and we're just gonna dye them, but it's totally fine if you don't want to. So we're gonna divide the icing into 4 bowls, and we're gonna add our food dye into each one to make them all different colors. So I divided all the icing into 4 different bowls, and we're gonna add our food dye in to make each different bowl a different color. And then for purple, I just added 3 drops of red and 2 drops of blue, and then I'm just gonna mix it up and then mix our colors. So now I have all my different colors here. So I have purple, pink, and blue for some flowers, and then green for leaves. And so now we're going to put them in some bags and some little special containers, icing containers. They look like this. And basically you kind of screw a tip on and then you squeeze it like this, and then it goes onto the cupcake, so it's a lot easier than a piping bag. It's less mess and they're washable. It's a lot easier, and then you just screw it on, and then you put on the icing, you screw it on, and then you frost your cupcakes, and that's what we're going to be piping with. And if you don't have any of these, you could use an icing bag, or if you don't have any of these, you can just use a Ziploc bag and then cut off the tip of the Ziploc bag. So now we have our little icing in this little thing, and now we're gonna ice the cupcakes here. I'm just going to go around. I haven't done this in a while, so it's probably gonna be hard to remember, but I'm just gonna go around cupcake. Oh, go up, and that was my little swirl. Let's make some little flowers on this one. So this one, we're just going to push them up and dollop up. So you're going to push it down to the cupcake, like right above the cupcake. You're gonna push and then you're gonna go up. And as you go up, you let go of the frosting. You can also do it as long as you want, so you can hold it. And the longer it is, the longer you hold the icing, the taller it gets. This is a special leaf tip. It actually has a kind of like a arrow. It's like a little spike. And so I'm going to show you how to use it just like a leaf. So you push, I think it's this way, you push like this and then you go up and out. You can also do it to a different angle or different side. You can do it this way to get more of a leaf effect. So you can do leaves to the side. And so it turns out as a really pretty leaf when you let go. So if you don't have all this fancy equipment, that's totally fine. You can just go to your cabinet and you can grab just a little Ziploc bag. And then this is a really important step. Some people miss this step, but you're supposed to fold over the edges, and if you don't, it's going to get icing all over here and then it's going to slip. So when you pipe it, then it's like just going to get icing everywhere. So you make sure that you fold over those edges and then put the icing on the inside of the bag. Normal other piping bags, you just push them to the corner and then you grab your scissors. So you just grab your scissors and you just snip off a little piece of the tip. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to twist the bag actually first. You got to be careful with that one. And then you're just going to go into a swirl around cupcake and up. I did kind of a bad job on this one. Let me try that again. Just go around. And that's how you make icing and decorate some cupcakes. Hope you had a fun time decorating with me. Bye!
Hi, my name is Hayden. Today we're going to be making donuts. We need 1 cup of milk, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, 6 tablespoons of butter, 1/3 a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of yeast, 2 eggs, and 4 cups of flour. Now we're going to add the milk, yeast, and sugar. Now we're going to mix it. Now we're going to let the yeast activate for 5 minutes. Now, time for the eggs, butter, salt, vanilla, and 2 cups of flour. I just finished mixing the batter by hand. Now I'm going to add the rest of the flour and use the dough attachment. Then you're going to take your slightly sticky dough and put it into your lightly greased bowl. After you've done this, wash your hands again. I put saran wrap on top of my dough. We're going to let it sit in a warm environment for 30 minutes. While we're waiting for the 30 minutes to pass, I'm going to show you how to make a glaze. A powdered sugar for your glaze, a 1/3 cup of milk, half a teaspoon of vanilla, and then you're going to mix it together. My dough is ready to mold. I'm going to show you how to make donuts with the hole in the middle and donut bites. So you're going to circle it and pierce your thumb through the middle, and then make one a small one. They have to be small because we're going to put it in this smaller pan. Now I'm going to put it into the hot oil, and then I'll put it on my drying rack. You're gonna dip it in the glaze and flip it. I like it to be on both sides. You're gonna now put it on your drying rack, and you can do the rest of your donuts. Now you're done. Thanks for watching. Always remember, adult supervision.